Michael, Andy Santor, Mill Creek Golf Course, Youngstown, Ohio. Thanks for coming yesterday. I'm going to take a look at, actually going to look at 3 videos. These 2 videos are face on and down the line. Before I made any comments about your hip rotation and your rotation in general, or lack thereof, and how that was, causing, I think, a lot of your problems in your golf swing. Going to look at the face on first. Just going to show you. We're going to go into our backswing here. Just going to show you. Okay, you can see that club has moved, quite a distance from the ball. I'm not going to talk about, positions or too much about any of that stuff till we look at down the line. But and there's been very, very little activity in your hips or your upper body. And I think you're, because of your hips aren't turning enough, that's kind of restricting your upper body. And talk about, I think in what hurts you too, especially in this case, talked about internal rotation on your trail hip, on your backswing, which in your case is your right hip, and your right hip is tighter than your left, and that's really limiting your power in your hip turn. You can see there, your head's dropped a little bit, but you can see there's been very little hip rotation or internal hip rotation in your golf swing. Okay, and we're going to look at down the line here. Okay, we're going to get into, I'm going to draw a line up your shaft plane. Draw a line on the back of your pelvis here to the ground. I'm going to draw a line on your upper body. Okay, here we go into our backswing. You can see here, there's some lifting of the arms, and those hands are going out. Talked about the club, your hands and arms swinging on an inner circle, the club swinging on an outer. Here, what happens is your hands and arms get on an outer circle. They're moving away from your body, and you can see there's been very, very little hip rotation. Okay, now what's going to happen? Take some of these lines out. I'm going to watch what happens to your upper body posture. Here we go into our downswing. You can kind of see you drop a little bit, and you're kind of stuck there at the ball. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of hip rotation. As far as your we talk about at impact. All good players at impact are in what's called a 2-cheek position, where you can kind of see both butt cheeks. In your case, you can only see one. We'll go into the downswing. All we'll see here from your upper body is that you're really, really getting stuck with the ball. You can see, kind of almost looks like your legs are rooted to the ground and stuck in cement. And once again, that's just because of the lack of hip rotation, and you're using every other part of your body to generate some power. Now I'm going to flip a video around. This is after we talked about this, and you'll look at your backswing here, still lifting the club a little bit, but okay, we'll compare these two, the before and after. Okay, take our lines out for now. Okay. Okay, you can see there's a little bit more activity going on in swing, video on the right as opposed to video on the left. Here we're going to go into our downswing. Okay, and if you look at, you can see video on the right, you can see a little bit more of that pelvis than you can in the video on the left, and your body's starting to turn through it a little bit better. Now, one other thing I want to comment on that we really didn't say much about yesterday is because that upper body really drops in your golf swing, really throughout. So let's try to get those. Try to get that pelvis moving. You can see the video on the right. You can see you got a much better turn. That's much better. You're still kind of those legs are still locked on the ground a little bit. So, but the video on the right's much better. So, work on some of those things I gave you. I'll send some drills, more drills you can do to you, but got to really work on that internal hip rotation, going in both directions. Right leg then left leg. Right leg on your backswing, trail leg on your downswing. Got to get some better internal hip rotation and kind of use those glute muscles a little bit. I know I'm putting you through some of those things I put you through yesterday. I could tell your glute muscles were a little softer, a little weak. So keep working on that. Hope it improved for you, and I'll see you soon.